but I got YAHGZ Comics number 15. The first appearance of Patrick the Wolf Boy in the YAHGZ Comics universe with Action Cat, Awesome Bear, and Adventure Bug. This is the first time ever, look at those guys, first time ever Wolf Boy is in the YAHGZ Comics universe. YAHGZ Comics proudly presents, finally, by Balthazar. It's me. Ooh, sounds like some kind of Gucci Nana how. That's all I will show you. You can get this book exclusively at our YAHGZ comic book shops and my website, artbaltazar.com, and electricmilkcomics.com. We're rolling.
I'm here to tell you about Famous Cartoonist Says Things. This is Michael Uslan. I'm the originator and executive producer of the Batman movie franchise, coming to you from San Diego Comic-Con. Where else would I be? You're looking at the world's #1 fan of Art Balthazar. The man's work is incredible, creative, and absolutely kinetic and insane. So for me to listen to famous things that cartoonists say, or is it cartoonists say famous things, or is it, it doesn't matter what it is. The stuff that comes out of Art Balthazar, whether it comes out of his brain, or out of his hands when he draws, or out of his mouth when he talks, this is what I want to hear. Famous Cartoonist Says Things. Don't miss it.
Art.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah.
Famous cartoonist says things.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Famous cartoonist draws things.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Famous cartoonist paints things.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Famous cartoonist Art Balthazar.
We are here. Welcome to Famous Cartoonist Says Things. My name is Art Balthazar. I'm a little like me, whatever you call that. The cold weather, of course. The new year. Happy New Year, everybody. 2025 is upon us. Just like every other year, it begins anew. It's like finishing a deadline and starting another one. But today, I am going to where I'm working on things. I'm working on YAHGZ book 3. And today I thought it would be cool. Well, I had this idea for a while, but I thought it would be cool to draw YAHGZ book 3 live on the air, every page. But by the time I start, I'm already on page 18. I wanted to start with page 1, of course, and go through. I'm going through every page one at a time. I'm drawing it and inking it. And then I switched to coloring. So I think I colored maybe the first 12 pages. But by the time I just started drawing and listening to music and other live streams and stuff and watching Star Wars stuff and watching Breaking Bad. But I'm like, man, I got to start this 30 Days of YAHGZ. And I have much more than 30 pages to go, or maybe around there. I think this book is going to be about anywhere between 80 pages and 100. I think it's 100 pages. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. That's the goal. But I figured, what if I draw the whole book live on the air? Because no one's ever done that. No crazy person around draws their whole book live on the air because it contains spoilers, right? Can you guys see me okay? But what I found out from the past, I was drawing Gilbert the Little Merman and Gilbert the Curious Mysterious. I drew some Gilbert issues live on the air, and they generated sales. It's true. People would pre-order and people would buy from my website and stuff. So I'm going to draw it. And I wanted to. I was waiting a lot of times. Like I haven't live strummed. You used to call it stream or strum. I'm going to say I haven't live strum. Live stream. I haven't live streamed since maybe October. I think the last live stream I did here on Famous Cartoonist Says Things. And the last one I did was when we did the haunted house recon, when we looked for ghosts at the haunted house with Jamie Cosley and Todd Webb and Tyler Cosley. And that was about a half an hour, but that was a ghost investigation. But I'm trying to build up, I'm itchy. I'm trying to build up my shows until I get episode 200. And episode 200, I wanted to have a special guest. But booking a guest is it's not difficult. It's just coordinating things. But I have a guest. I have my friend Mark Weiss and his daughter Mish Weiss, who run the Comic Books for Kids organization, the charity that donates comic books to hospitals. And they're going to be on my next show, on my episode 200. So in order, if I numbered all my shows in order, this would probably be around 206 or 207. But I kept labeling them 99.1, 99.2. So I did 99.9 with the Haunted House show. So this one, I wanted to overlap, just skip it to 201, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to confuse anybody. So this is the pre-200th episode. So this was going to be called episode 201, 30 Days of YAHGZ, Day 1. All right, but that's a long title. But still, that's what it's unofficially called. But I didn't call it episode 201 because I want to save that episode 200 for my special guest, Comic Books for Kids. We're gonna we're gonna show our cover. We're gonna show our video. I'm editing a few videos, so when we're live, I'm going to show my friends. I'm going to surprise them with it, so they don't know the videos I'm making, which is pretty cool. You know, it's pretty awesome. Anthony Latch is here. On the first day of YAHGZ days, Kraby gave to me YAHGZ, YAHGZ, a crazy stick of joy to me. Is that it? Hi, Art. Happy New Tier. Thank you, Doug Ebert. If that's an error, that's okay. But if it's not, I will cry. When I cry, the next time I cry, I'll remember you, Doug Ebert. So you're a good man. Mark Martino. Star Wars Mark is here. I know Star Wars Mark for years, like 30 years now, since the Hodgepodge days. It's been awesome. You're a good man, Mark Martino. Indiana Mark Martino Jones, Indiana Martino. It's something like that, but you'll always be known to me in my heart as Star Wars Mark. Live strumming like a boss. Yeah, man, we're going to strum because do you stream it? Streamed? And I like to call these live shows because when I started doing this type of thing, I feel that I did it not as a follower, but as a guy who did it in the beginning. Because I probably told you the origin story of my camera before, where during the COVID times, during the dark times when the Empire was in control. No, that's not true. No, I don't want to go there. But it was during the times where people were home and stocking up on alcohol and all sitting around. Well, I went to visit my mom, and she gave me an old camera for the computer camera, webcam. And she said, "Here, Artie, can you use this? I don't even know if it works." And I'm like, "Sure, Mom." So it was during those times. And I plugged it in and it went on. And that's when, if you look at my original episodes of Famous Cartoonist Says Things, they were recorded with that little webcam. And it was before I had this platform and StreamYard, and I could do all this fancy things and logos and things like that. And now I got a high def camera and it's widescreen. You can see more of my studio. This is where I draw every day. It's painting I've been working on for a while. I got 2 of these guys up there. And if you guys are interested, that's I think his name is Aquadarius. He's going to be my fish guy when my Powers in Action world de-evolves. And that's right there. That's the red green goblin. So those guys are available if you guys want to purchase them. They're $100 each, or they'll be on eBay. But I just have them. I'll probably bring them to C2E2 in April. So if you guys follow what I do, pay attention to C2E2. I'm trying to line up something real cool for C2E2, but the emails from me will begin on Monday, because Monday everybody should be back to work, I think, right? Because we were all in this haze, this daisy haze of Christmas gaze, and we were just kind of like, everybody's chilling and trying to wonder, is it Tuesday? Where Tuesdays felt like Saturdays and Saturdays felt like Thursdays. It was all messed up. But I think we're getting back. But the life of the famous cartoonist, the freelancer, the comic books, and my friend Joan Crone said, comics never stop. Comics don't stop. Comics don't have a day off. Neither do freelancers or people who want to do these things. But I'm going to draw for real. People are saying, they're like, shut up and draw, Baltazar. It's like, decent stuff. Mark Martino says it's decent, and it has been a long time. Danny Wisniewski's here. So glad to have you back streaming live. Yeah, man, I had to catch up on lots of deadlines. Anywhere from September. September, I should have been home, but I did a few things. Especially October, November, I had to finish up. Flash Gordon was due. I finished up the Cat in Hat Book 2. Hopefully that one's coming out. And during these Christmas holiday breaks, I finished up the Cat in the Hat Book 2 corrections. So I'm good to go now, unless they come back and say, hey man, we need this, man. But that's all possible. But I'm up to date on everything that I have to do. And during that time, too, I was drawing the Free Comic Book Day honorary commemorative artist of the year stuff. I made a t-shirt. So go to your local comic shop, order a t-shirt. I'm the guy. And look who's here. Joe Crone, everybody. 30 Days of YAHGZ. Cool concept, bro. They get the most spoilers in real time. The spec is high. Spec is high, my man. Yeah, man. We're going to draw. I'm going to draw stuff. I was drawing earlier, and I'm like, man, I want to go live. Because you know what happens to me? Like, what happened in the last few weeks or days or whatever? I was on 2 shows. One with Franco. We did a catching up for Franco. And when I was on that show, I just sat down to draw, and he popped up, and I started watching the show, and I commented, and he invited me, so it was very unplanned and unpredictable. And then, like the next day, I think it was, we did an audio podcast, which was very spontaneous. We didn't plan it. I just got my friends wrote to me, text. My kids laugh at me when I said my friends wrote to me. They're like, no, Dad, they texted you. I said, yeah, but you rather write the text. So I answered the text, and I said, yeah, man, I could go on today. And so that was very spontaneous as well. And I didn't feel any rust. You know how you get rusty because you don't do stuff? But I didn't feel rust, and it felt good. And it felt the spark with being on the live stream with catching up with Franco. That was real cool. I really enjoyed that. So, henceforth, I don't need to wait for episode 200. I'm going to skip over and do 100 or 201 with 30 Days of YAHGZ. He says cool beans, Mark Martino. He's a good man. Dr. Ben, Christmas gaze? Yes, we were all in the gaze and a hazy gaze. It's, I'm talking about the gaze you use with your eyes. You're in a gaze, like a staring contest. The haze. Yeah, man. Brian, cousin is here. Happy New Year, cuz. Chicote. Hey, man. Chicote, man. Yoko Chips is in the house, all up in the his A. And, man, you guys are commenting. This is cool, man. I'm going to launch. This is the first of my own live streams for the year. I contacted Joe and got my merch ordered. Oh yeah, Joe. FCBD stands for Free Comic Book Day. So if you want to participate in the famousness, order your shirt today from your local comic shop, or you can order it from All Ya Comics. The link is here. We have the All Ya Comics link to our website and has all our stores, whatever you're closer to. If you're closer to Skokie near Chicago or New York or Muncie, Indiana, you could follow our links and all of that, become part of us, the Christmas gays. People like that. Yeah. It's more than double. I know it's a double meaning, but do what you wish. Oh, sure, you had fun with Franco. How am I, chopped liver? No, sir, you're like more like a filet mignon steak, like with seasons with like peppercorn and maybe some blue cheese on the side to dip. Oh, that sounds good. Filet mignon, Yoko steaks. Yoko steaks served and delivered frozen. What do you call that? Dry ice with a bucket of dry ice next to you. Yeah, Johnny's awesome. But we did catching up with Franco, and then we did a Yoko. Oh yeah, comics. AYP stands for angry. Oh no, AYC stands for All Ya Comics or All Angry Yoko Chips. So that's cool, man. And lobster bisque, of course. If it says bisque in the title, man, you got to do it. I'm a big fan of doing that. I think today, right now, at this moment in time, we're going to switch to drawing. And I'm going to draw this live thing, I'm going to draw my book live. And so all can see, and you're going to be seeing, I'm going to read page 18 to you. You're going to be very confused what it is, but book number 3 of YAHGZ is a book that I never wrote before, that I never, well, everyone says, all new books you never wrote them, Baltazar, but YAHGZ used to be called the Crybaby Adventures, which, here's another thing, if you really want to read the original Crybaby Adventures, I have them available on my Patreon. You could download for $3. You could download a PDF of the original. But without further ado, you hear that, Johnny? Without further ado, here comes YAHGZ. 30 Days of YAHGZ Day 1. Let's go. Heck yeah, man. We're drawing things now. And people are ready. Oh, yeah, I'm about to draw some of my comics tonight, too. Oh, yeah, B things. That's good. It's decided. We eat Johnny Suntress first when the time comes. John Mignon. Yeah, we're gonna cook him up. You just need a light flame just to grizzle his innards. I don't know. YAHGZ. Anthony Letch, I'm finishing page 9 of Rice. Christopher, I'll try to capture the YAHGZ energy. Yeah, man, I'm here for you guys. We're going to do this. I'm going to change the banner to draws things because that's what I'm doing. I'm drawing. Look at this. Watch. Cartoonist draws things. You like that one? Plus, it frees up the corner. Removes the logo a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna draw. And this is page, like I said, this is page 18. This is page 18 of YAHGZ, book 3. This book comes out, I believe, it comes out in August of 2025. I have to get it done before the end of the month. It goes to the printer in February. And look at it. It's pretty cool. I only got 2 panels left of this page, but I freed up my time because like this StreamYard gives you 50 hours of free before you go over to 50 hours of recording. And I just deleted a lot of videos. So I'm at hour 39. So I have at least, 11 hours. This podcast could be 11 hours long if I really wanted to. We'll see. But I have enough time in here to keep this going, you know? So I don't know where this is going to lead us. I have no idea. Look at Cranobi. I am Emeralda. Take my hand. And look at him confused. And where are they? He's floating around somewhere. And you could see his energy around his hand. And look at, who's that little monkey? If you read YAHGZ book 2, you will know who that monkey is. Because all my books have to have monkeys. I like monkeys. They're in there. And look, he grabs her hand. Grab. And she pulls him through a portal. Pull. Blink. The bad guy curses. Curses you, Cranobi. See? So I'm really digging this because the original story, I drew it and wrote it and published it and all that stuff in the 90s. And I never got to finish it, like finish the story. I always knew what it was, but I never got to finish the whole epic saga. So that's why I said this story is cool, because I never wrote it before. And so I don't know where it's going. I never quite knew where it was going this whole time until I started writing it. And I remember being in a coffee house. I was at a coffee house with my driver. That's right. I have a driver. Well, I had one for 3 weeks at one point, because I was on a crazy world tour of Cat in the Hat book tour. And we stopped. We had some time. And I brought my sketchbook everywhere. I bring my sketchbook everywhere I go. So we stopped at a coffee house, and we had like 2 hours to kill, man. Like, I don't know what you do at a coffee house. You just keep getting refills. So I sat there for 2 hours with my driver, and he was doing something. He had a laptop. So we didn't really talk. Once we got to work, the driver's like, we don't need small talk anymore. Now we just need to get down to business, So we started hanging out, and I was drawing YAHGZ. I started writing YAHGZ, and I knew what the story was. And there was one part that had me stuck. Like, man, what do I do next? I don't know what to do next. So I remember at the at the coffee house, I celebrated. I went, yes. And he's like, what? I'm like, I have a breakthrough. I was like, wow. So I had a breakthrough. I know nobody cares. Shut up, Baltazar. I know. But I had a breakthrough, and ever since that day, I was able to write the rest of the story real easy, and it just all clicked. It was real cool, man. And I can't remember what. Yeah, I remember what it was. I think it's like the next few pages, because it's like I had the whole story ready to go, but I had all of the scenes disconnected, so I had to figure out how to make them all work together, how to connect all the scenes, and that was what I figured out, and it was real cool, man. It was a breakthrough, I tell you, a major breakthrough. That's what you say. I had a major breakthrough. I didn't have writer's block. I just knew. I just didn't know how these stories connected, so I had to create something. And the coolest thing about this story is that I never had a guideline to follow. I never knew what it was going to be, so I could just write whatever I wanted to, and that was real cool and real free to do when coming to write YAHGZ book 3. So if you read YAHGZ book 2, you might have an idea of where they are. In YAHGZ book 2, should I spoil? No, I'm not going to spoil. But if you guys want to, if you didn't read book 1 or book 2, they're available on my site. You can follow it through artbaltazar.com, or you could follow it through electricmilk.com, or electricmilkcomics.com is my store site, but it all links to artbaltazar.com. I just like saying my name. It's cool. It's smooth. I have the kind of name where you don't even need you don't need a first name. You just go, nah, it's just the last name. You mean like Prince or something? Yeah, it's like that, like Sting, like Franco, And but I have the first 2 books available, and the last, was it October? Maybe October, September. YAHGZ book 1 just won an award and won a CEPA award. a literary book award, and it was in a category for juvenile fiction, which was really cool. And it didn't quite mean comic books. Like the other people in the category were just books for juvenile fiction. It was, I think, middle school or 13, teenage, preteen, or something like that, young teens, something like that. Look at, I made her glowing. Her arm is glowing because when I first drew here, I forgot to make her glow it. And this is what I drew, this glow around her. And that's when I decided, hey man, I'm gonna go live stream. I'm gonna do a live show. A live show. A live strum. I'm gonna strum it live. What? That sounds nasty, Baltazar. No, it's not. It's good. It's fresh. It's fresh. Oh, I'm gonna see. You guys are saying some stuff, man. You guys are saying stuff. YAHGZ, of course. Let's see. Joe Crunt says, oh yeah, grizzled innards. Yeah, we're gonna grill these things, man, like crazy. We're gonna make them grilled. Evening, fellas. Mario is here. Hello, Mario. I got your Christmas card hanging around my window. If you got a big cup with you right now, now's the time to swig. Now's the time to swig for the masses. Here we go. Whatever you want to put in your cup is fine with me. I had some coffee earlier. Now it's just refreshing. Soda pop. Soda pop. What else is in there, Baltazar? Nothing right now. Soda pop. All my kids are home until I think the move happens tomorrow. Got to start driving people, I think, tomorrow. Not sure if it's tomorrow or Monday. Tomorrow's Sunday? See, I forget. I forget what day it is, man. But here is Krenobi getting pulled through. He's getting pulled through this vortex. What is it? Portal. He's getting through a portal. And the monkey is hanging on to Krenobi's little robe here. Because he wants to go too. Because he don't want to be left in this realm fighting Dark Angrius. Because Dark Angrius is a little bit too powerful. He's too powerful, and he's too angry. If you get someone, if you're in a room with a guy or just someone who's just angry, they get that angry rage, and they're unstoppable. That's kind of how Dark Angrius is. He's an angry rage monster. And he's the embodiment of 3 beings that were all angry. Or is it 2? No, 3. It's Crazilla, the evil Gouache, and the angry stick combined. You're spoiling, Baltazar. I said there might be slight spoilers. It's not my intention to spoil. But no, I won't spoil much. There's a whole bunch to this. I probably won't draw the ending to this because the ending is really cool, man. When I wrote the ending, I'm always writing stuff when I'm just bored. I don't know what to do, so I just get the sketchbook out. But the ending, I was at a show and I was dying. I was watching the tumbleweeds pass by, and my friend Daryl Young was next to me, and he was dying too. So I took out the sketchbook and started sketching, as my kids would say. Daddy, don't forget your sketchbook. That's what my guy would say. And I started sketching, and I came up with the ending for YAHGZ Book 3, The Mystic Orb. So I wrote it down, put it back, sat on a little more, read it again, and then I read it to Daryl Young at the restaurant. And we both started crying. And he said, such a good ending. I'm like, right? I shouldn't have changed it, right? And he went, no, don't change it. That's it. So that ending stuck. So the ending of YAHGZ Book 3 is the same thing I wrote at that comic show. And the one only Daryl Young knows the ending of this. He was privy. If you say privy, he was privy. He was privy to the ending. It was freshly written. The ink was only moments old. It wasn't fully dry when he read it, so it was pretty cool. So I knew that when I read him the ending, that was it. It stuck, man. It stuck. Oh man, I keep messing up, making his eye bigger. Here it is, right here, right here. Here he is. So that was cool, man. I'm really digging this. Digging it fresh, yo, like the kids say. Or like Joe Crone says, digging it fresh, yo. Is he still watching? It's all right. I'm getting some viewers, man. But this is cool. I figure watching a lot of other live shows. Just watch everything. From movie reviews to toy. Mostly it's toys. I do watch a lot of toy reviews. Star Wars stuff, of course, the Skeleton Crew. After the Skeleton Crew comes out, I start watching stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm digging the show, man. I like it. Joe Crow, you watching the Skeleton Crew? If not, man, you should. It's good. It's some of the best Star Warsy kind of things. It's not maybe Star Warsy. Is this Star Warsy? But it definitely takes place in the Star Wars universe. Which every time I see the show, I said, "Damn, I want more. I want more." And normally, lately, when you watch a Star Wars show, you're watching it like, I know I enjoy it because I'm there every day at 2 a.m. when it airs and I'm watching it. But then after I watch a show, I'm like, yeah, it was okay. Could have been better. But with Skeleton Crew, I never had to say that. It's been good every time. So I'm like, man, I want, but the thing I'm saying after Skeleton Crew, I'm like, man, I want more shows like this that are in the Star Wars universe that don't necessarily have to connect to anything, that are not anticipation for a character that you know and love to do something. Like Boba Fett didn't do anything, you know? So this one doesn't, you don't have that anticipation for a character to do anything that you expect. So right now it's like characters are doing things that you don't expect, which is kind of cool. Like, who is that guy? Who's Jude Law? I don't know who he is, but he has a different name every time we see him. It's good. It's a good, man, it's good. And it's coming on. And that's the only time I was able to keep track of dates, because I saw that there was an extra show on. It was like, hey, there's a Skeleton Crew show. And my son says, Dad, it's called Skeleton, but I call it Skeleton. Skeleton's better. You get to say it faster, you know? Skeleton Crew. Shut up and draw, Baltazar. I know, I'm getting there, man. They're going through a port hole right now. Is it a port hole or is it a portal? Portal? Like with an AL? Or is that a port hole? I don't know. I like saying port hole. You know, because then it sounds like you're swearing. Porthole, you know, you're a porthole, Baltazar. Man, the critic never rests, man. I know the critic's been waiting for me to get back on the live strums. He said, when you gonna strum again? Hey, man, when you gonna strum again? You stupid strummer. You know, and he's waiting for me. I don't know. Critic, never gonna let it rest. It's that one thing we did back in the 80s, and you can't get over it. You know, I won that award. The critic was there. He doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve that award. So if you see here, I'm erasing things. Like somewhere along these lines where I rebooted or got a new program, something happened to my settings. So now when I do a quick stroke with the brush tool, it rounds my corners instead of making them crispy. So I gotta stop. See, I gotta do like that. I can't do it continuous like this because see, it rounds them. See the edge? You know. Yeah, well, what was me, Baltazar? I know. Like we said, like Joe Crone says, comics don't quit. Comics don't stop, man. Comics got to keep going. The show must go on. Deadlines must be met. When everyone's sleeping late in turkey comas, Famous Cartoonist is working with his turkey coma. You just brew some coffee, man. Get down there. Brew some coffee. Get back down. But the weird part is like my vampire hours are kicking in, man. I'm sleeping till like 2 in the afternoon every day. But I'm going to bed at like 7 a.m. So from 7 a.m. to 2 in the afternoon, Famous Cartoonist is sleeping under the blankets. So I'm good now. So this could be possibly could be a 12-hour show before I need to go back to bed. It's true. We don't care about your sleeping habits, Baltazar. Where's my stuff? And luckily, all the stuff that people were asking me, where's my stuff? It's all out there. Everything got mailed, man. But if you guys want more stuff, dig this. If you go to my Threadless site, there's a new design from Chef Gordy. My son is releasing music this month, and he released his album. It's on all of the things. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube's. It's everywhere where you would find music. His new album is out. I think it's called Glow City Radio, I think. But the shirt is called Glow City Radio, and it's the album cover of his CD album. And, well, not CD. If it was a CD, that would be the album. But they still do album covers for digital downloads and things, which is kind of cool. But you could also order Glow City Radio t-shirt on Threadless. So go to artbaltazar.threadless.com and you will see Glow City Radio shirt available for purchase. You could get t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, wherever you want to get, magnets, stickers, as well as other fantastic designs by the famous one himself. Me. That would be me. Shut up! All right. So that's true. It's all true, man. It's all true. Everything I'm telling you guys is true. I would never lie. Because then I got to remember stuff, you know? When you lie, you got to remember. All right, let's see. Let's see what I'm trying to work the magic here. I'll go like this. He's getting pulled out. So I'm going to do like this. I always add this. These little swishy lines, these little curvy lines, I remember copying Geo Gately from Garfield. Not Garfield. Why did I say Garfield? From Heathcliff. From Heathcliff fame. One of my famous comic strips. And I never liked that people compared him to Garfield. Why? Because they're orange? Why? Because they're a cat? I guess. But Heathcliff could beat up Garfield any day of the week. Because Heathcliff tips over garbage cans where Garfield would not even look at a garbage can. But Heathcliff's a survivor. But I read Heathcliff as a kid, and I loved him. He was one of my favorite comic strips of all time. And George Gately, Geo Gately, is one of the cartoonists who inspired me to be who I am today. And he would do these things with these swishies. He would add these curves whenever Heathcliff would be jogging or dancing or jumping. He would put these things underneath him, and he would draw shadows under the characters. And I do that too because of Geo Gately. So you borrow different things from different people who inspired you, who molded you, who made you who you are, you know? Yeah, real sentimental, Baltazar. Should I cry an hour later? No, don't cry. No one needs to cry. But it is a TT moment. That's what we do when we're watching a TV show and somebody starts to cry. Our whole family goes TT, 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 TT. That's like T, T. That's what it means when you're crying. T, T. I'm trying to hold it in. So we go T, 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 T. It's true. We also say when we like it, the whole house says, well, that was good. I liked it. I like it, like it, like it's good, like it, like it's good, 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 like it's good. I know, people. Shut up and draw, Baltazar. What do you guys think? Look at this. I got to draw outline around the guys because they're in this dark realm. And if there's not an outline around them, then the lines get lost. But I found a way how to just make it look cool. So it's cool, man. It's cool. It's cool, Daddy-O. Yeah, you're going to like this, man. They're going to like this story. It's just really good. I'm really proud of it. Let's see if that worked. Nope, it did not work. It's because I didn't do it here. I don't need to do this, but I like to, because then when I go back and color it, it's all in the it's all in the same. I know that didn't make sense, but I know what it meant. See, look at that. So there's an outline around them because they're in a dark background. So if there's an outline around them, it'll pop, man. It'll pop. It'll pop later. Make it pop, man. Make it pop. All right, now I'm gonna do. See, they're in the realm. So look at. This is cool. But if you guys are in the area, in the Chicago area, on May 3rd, or if you're in a drivable area around May 3rd, we're hosting an event at All Yeah Comics shops called Free Comic Book Day, where we will have guests to be announced, but I will be there with my commemorative artist t-shirt, stickers possibly, posters, and I have 2 comic books offered for Free Comic Book Day this year. I have a Flash Gordon book and I have a Dr. Seuss book that I'm featured in. It's not just me, it's all the other doctors too. Doctor. That's funny because when I met the Dr. Seuss people during when I was at New York Comic Con, I went to breakfast with them, and that's how we introduced ourselves. Hello, doctor. Because now we are all equally Dr. Seuss is Dr. Seuss is. All right, look at that. I'm going to show you what. Look, press save. Saving a swig. When you save, you swig. That was good. It's a good swig. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to see what it looks like clean. Oh, look at that. Look at the monkey holding on. He's like, wait for me, man. Don't forget. Don't leave me here. Look at that. They grabbed hands. Isn't that cool? Man, I'm so excited for this. And look, he's gone. I got to bring him back. I got to ink this guy now. I'm going to press save. I did already. And now I am going to read some of these comments. I'm not too far behind because, I only got 3 or 4. But Dr. Ben says sushi and adult drink. Yeah, man, sip some sushi. I didn't really have much to eat today. I had a tamale. I had a homemade fresh tamale for breakfast with some coffee. And I had some chili cheese Fritos and cheese. That's what I ate today. So I didn't eat dinner yet, which is fine. Famous Cartoonist lifestyle. I don't eat that much. Maybe I'll go out later. I don't know. Something like that'll happen. I got bologna in the fridge. Make sandwich. I funded the HasLab Ghost from Star Wars Rebels of Ahsoka, and it arrived last week. It's massive. Oh, cool, man. I saw that they were offering that for purchase. I just didn't get any of those. I think they're awesome, but they're too big for my space. I have Star Wars shelves on this side of me, and you can see behind me, but I'm trying to contain everything in one spot. But I've been buying more vintage than anything. But I'm into Star Wars vintage I've been buying. And some of the new guys, some of them. Benjamin Murray says, hello, I got Clip Studio paint and a drawing pad and pen for Christmas. And it just set it up today. Yeah, man, join us. Join us in this drawing event that's happening right now. Live, on the air, where thousands of people are watching us right now. Did somebody say crispy? You said crispy, and you'll probably read this 20 times after the fact. I just might say crispy 20 times. Hashtag crispy, hashtag Anthony Latch, hashtag come to Skokie on May 3rd, hashtag order shirt, hashtag Anthony Latch, hashtag Rice Christopher. All right. Hell yeah, 12-hour vampire show. Yeah, let's do it. I'm fully hydrated and I slept. I got at least 7 or 8 hours. But the last 2 days I've been laying down for 4 hours and getting up. And the moment I wake up now, because I finished deadlines, I got other things on my mind. So I wake up and I get to it. I wake up and get to it. Like I get to YAHGZ, and I'm finishing up the free comic book, not free comic, comic books for kids book, which is going to the printer this month, probably maybe even early as next week. But that's going to be cool. We're making 3,000 copies of a comic book, and they're going to be donated to kids in hospitals. So I'm really looking forward to that. And it's really important. I really like that. People are writing to me. I'm getting notifications on my phone right now. But you know what? People have to wait. I'm with the peeps right now. I'm with my peeps and my G's and my OGs. If Weasel shows up, we'll have an OG. But we have an OG with Star Wars Marcus here. He's an OG. Old gangsta. Is that what it means? Original gangsta? Yeah, gangsta. Original gangsta. It's like, then they wonder why kids can't read these days, because they're spelling everything wrong. Gangsta. I don't know. I'll edit that out. It's not staying in the show. You sound like an old man, Baltazar. Yeah, I'm old now. I had a birthday. I'm 56 now. 56. And I always told myself, how long can you go, man? How low can you go? How low can you go? How old can you go? You know? How old can you go? I don't know. So we'll see. I got some plans. Hopefully I can finish them in the next 4 years, 4 or 5 years. But if not, then the old man must continue. You're not old, Baltazar. Yeah, shut up. See? Everyone's like, see, I got a sweetness there. Somebody was just sweet to me. Maybe there's all the ghosts I've been trying to capture. EVPs. Ghost EVPs. What's EVP? Voice? Something. Electronic voice? Phenomenon? Is that what it is? EVP. Sounds like a wrestler's name. EVP. Yeah! Shut up, Baltazar. All right, here we go. And speaking of wrestling, I have to finish up a AEW book I've been working on for 2 years now with Christopher Daniels. So after YAHGZ, that is actually after comic books for kids goes to the printer. That's when I'll be switching off between YAHGZ and our AEW team up, Christopher Daniels team up book. But man, I'm trying, man. There's so much stuff. How people, there's only so much stuff you can do in a day. It's true. Unless you don't sleep, you can do more stuff. I just watched this show today. It was odd. It was just on TV. We were watching. My wife started. It was a documentary about a guy who injects himself with hormones and genes or something. Like genes, not like blue jeans, but like DNA, stuff like that. And he's trying to live for a long time. But he looks really odd right now. He looks almost like an action figure. Like he's like a custom Mego action figure. Like somebody painted his head, resculpted his nose or something. I don't know. It was weird. It was odd to see. But I stuck with the documentary to see what would happen if it would be like one of those documentaries that would say everything was going fine until, but it never went that way. So if you guys are looking for like some kind of turn, twist, it never went that way. It was just a story about a guy doing some guy things that are healthy things that he thinks are healthy. but I couldn't watch it because he was talking about injections and blood transfusions and things. But I don't know. If you're into creepy, weird stuff, I recommend it. But it's a real guy. It's a real guy. I forgot his name. I forgot what his name was. I don't even know what the name of the show was. But it was odd. But I haven't watched the whole thing, just mostly because I had my fresh cup of coffee going. And then when that ended, my wife started watching a movie with handsome guys in it. It was Thor who was on a boat looking for Moby Dick, and then Cecilia Murphy, that guy, Killian, whatever his name is, he was in it, and some other guys. But once that movie kicked in, I'm like, nah, it wasn't for me, and it lost me like 10 minutes. I couldn't. It didn't stick, man. So I'm like, I'm gonna go draw. I gotta draw anyway. So technically, it's still my morning. My chili cheese Fritos were like my lunch. Nobody cares, Baltazar. I know. Just because you're drawing doesn't mean you have to talk the whole time. Maybe it does, man. Maybe it does. Maybe, man. Maybe. I'll tell you one thing, though. I miss Joe Crone. I do miss him. Would you go see him? I will. The holidays create confusion, mostly, on what day it is, what you should be doing next. This show sucks, Baltazar. No, this is book 3 of YAHGZ book 3. It's called The Mystic Orb, and it's the aftermath of what happens in book 2. Book 2, there was a big war, the Gouaches versus Krays, for the future of Kray world. So you find out in this book what happens, and it's gonna be cool, man. Like this book, there's a little bit of a time jump, but in Kray years is different than our years, like Earth years. So it's a little bit. I thought of that because a little bit of time. Remember in the Superman movie, the original movie, he said something like 12 of your Earth years, but then he related it to, it's a subtle thing. A lot of people miss it, but Jor-El took Kal-El away from the Earth, or he was stuck in the I think it was either he was in the fortress for 12 years, but his mind was out in space or something. But I don't know if his physical being was away for 12 years, but Jor-El said, you will be away for 12 years, 12-year Earth years. So he got his training as Superman. And then when he returned, he had the costume on. He was a little older looking. He looked like Christopher Reeve. So I thought that was cool. So that's what I was thinking here. And I always had that thought ever since I made this. Back in the day, back on the day, back with the day. I was in that day. I was on that day. And I had that thought way back then. So I thought it would be cool to have Kray years versus Earth years. So you're going to see the difference in Kray years. Should I spoil? How many years is that, Baltazar? I don't know if it's important. Yeah, I'm gonna let you read it. Because it is cool. It's a little time jump. I dig it, man. I dig it. I dig it the most. You dig it the most. You're losing people, Baltazar. No, man. I might lose people, but then I gain new people. I'm with you the whole time, man. Dr. Ben is always here. He's probably still here. We got a new person. I see it. New people are joining. New people are coming. But this is the kind of show like 30 Days of YAHGZ, my new mini series right now called 30 Days of YAHGZ. This is day 1. This is a series that will eventually end. But you're getting in on the ground floor right now with 30 Days of YAHGZ episode 1. It's a pre-episode 200. But once I hit that episode 200, then 201 episode will be 30 Days of YAHGZ part 2. You can dig it? I like to keep my numbering, so I want to see how high the numbers can get eventually. You know what I mean? Nobody cares, Baltazar. I know, some people do. Because it's impressive, like, episode 200? Wow, you mean you did this 200 times? Yes, that's true. I wish we kept the numbering of Oh Yeah podcast, but I don't know. We were keeping it for a while. But on YouTube, it's easy because when I record, I just look at the last one. And the math is real easy that way, you know? Ah, funny, Baltazar. Yeah, it's what I do. It's what I do, man. It's what I do. Look at, oh, let me click that in. Look at that. See, now he has an outline. Blink. So I'm gonna do. Let's see. This would be. He's looking at it though. He's looking at it. Blink. I'm gonna do like that. Yeah. Because he blinked out of there. They got out of there, man. It was dangerous to stay. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous to be left alive. I got all these references. All I do is watch Star Wars. That's all I do. I watch it over and over. Or I watch videos about Star Wars. So I know I have all these references in my head that are Star Wars. He's too dangerous to be left alive. But I need him. I need him. You know, Anakin, help me. The Jedi have turned. Shut up, Baltazar. It's not how it goes. Let me see him. A little fuzz. How about that? Is that cool? I should do multiple. Do multiple like this. I would love to see Anakin and Obi-Wan come back in something. Hopefully, the Ahsoka season 2. I've heard there's going to be an Ahsoka season 2. I heard it from the source. Filoni, with the cowboy hat, he said it in an interview that they're making another Ahsoka. I just hope it will be good. I enjoyed the first one. I did. I enjoyed it a lot. I've seen it already multiple times. Enjoyed it. So I know Ahsoka 2 will be even better because Ahsoka 1 felt like it was setting up some things so we can enjoy Ahsoka 2. Ahsoka. But it should be good. Because they had I thought it was cool, man, with the witches and stuff. I just wish those witches, I think it would have been better if those witches were the same. Like if they used the Ahsoka witches and put them in the Alkalite instead of those witches that were assembled. None of them were the same alien. They were all different, which that was cool too, but I don't know. It would have connected more if they used the Darth Maul witches, you know. I thought it would have been cooler. Time for Swig. Swig. I'm going to press save and read some comments because I see Vivi is here. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Mickey's here too. I like all these people. We got a new bunch. Vivi. Hello, Vivi. Vivi's here. Danny's here too. He says, have you had a chance to read the Absolute DC Comics? What do you think? Episode 1 of them was pretty awesome. How about Absolute YAHGZ? Yeah, man. This is the uncanny ultimate Absolute YAHGZ that I'm doing right now. Never before seen. No one knows what this is. There's no way to prepare for this because it's never been drawn. So I'm really looking forward to YAHGZ Book 3. It's going to be good. But no, I haven't read the DC Absolutes yet. I heard they're really good. I'm really interested in Superman. I'll probably pick them up when the trades, because at our store, like when the books come out, I want the customers to buy them. So I don't really. Sometimes I don't take them because I want the people to buy them. The people. I'm always everywhere. Dr. Ben Anthony is everywhere you want to be. He's like a credit card, this guy. Everywhere you want to be. Mickey's here. Hello. You are on a roll. No one could stop you, man. Nobody. I'm unstoppable. I'm like the rhino, but not the rhino from that movie. Even though I didn't see the movie, but I call it the rhino movie. And I even asked my friends that Craven a Hunter movie, that did Craven get bitten by a radioactive lion or something? Because I saw the trailer and that's what it looked like. But wouldn't it make more sense if Craven got bitten by a radioactive hunter? I don't know. That would have been better. Could have had a guy jump on his back and bite him in the shoulder or something. Said, Vivi says, your artwork looks nice so far. Thank you, Vivi. I'm trying real hard. I draw the way I draw because it's the only way I know how to draw. It's kind of cool. Reference to Oh Yeah cartoons. Yeah, Oh Yeah comics. Maybe Oh Yeah comics you're talking about? Or cartoon. But Oh Yeah comics is my comics that Action Cat Adventure Book are the mascots for my shops called Oh Yeah Comics in beautiful downtown Skokie. See, I've been listening to Oh Yeah podcasts from the start. I'm currently on episode 106. Wow. Yeah, we did a lot. I think it's over 10 years old, maybe. Oh Yeah podcast might be like 12 years now. Possible. I'm not sure. Are you having a conversation with yourself? That is so silly. I am. I'm talking to myself, the critics here, and the nice one too. The nice person entered, but they're a little quieter. They said, like, oh, be nice to him. That person's here. The critic, shut up, Baltazar. Critics here. And I'm talking to you guys. I'm actually speaking out loud. So you guys, the audience, the fans, the masses can hear me talk. So Vivi says, hello. Hello, Vivi. And Benjamin Murray said, if this episode's pre-200 is episode 200 next, yes, I want to do a 200 next. Hopefully I could get that this week. I have to coordinate with comic books for kids people, and we're going to do a show. I don't think they're available right now tonight, but they'll be available. I talk to them almost, man, every other day. It seems like on text. We talk, phone calls. Sometimes I call. His name's Mark Weiss. I call him just to say some bunch of stuff to him. So we talk all the time, which is cool. So probably the next show will be episode 200. I'm going to try to get them on. I'm finishing up a video. The video is going to be real cool, and it's necessary for our show. So it's part of our announcement. So it'll be real cool. Matt Rogers is here. Oh, yeah, Baltazar. There he is. Well, look at, he's got an ice cream crop shirt. I like that. I need to clean my glasses. That last swig got me a splash. I'm going to clean. Right now it's the glasses break. Clean the glasses break. Well, I got a lot of likes. Oh, you guys are giving me hearts and 10s. I got 10 hearts and smiles. Thank you, guys. I just smudged my glasses more. Let me see. A little moisture. Breath. I got moist breath. That's going to clean my glasses. That's right. That's good enough. Good enough. I need my glasses to see up close when I draw. Otherwise, they're not too bad. Yeah, Matt gets it. Splashy swigs. And speaking of swigs, now's the time to swig. Ah, that was beautiful. You guys want to see a video? Should I do a video? I'm going to play a song for you guys. I know D. Brad's here. D. Brad likes to hear songs. Maybe I'll play a song for D. Brad. Here you go. In honor of Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, bringing in the new year for 2025. Here's a song I made for him.
Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
Maria Lopez. Yeah. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, everybody. Let's see. Scott is here. Scott Limon says, "Hi, Art. Hi, Scott Limon. You're a good man." Says, Dagums date B Agums. Drawing Balthazar a good man, sir. Something like that. Vivi saying, "Candle, candle, candle, fire, fire." That's what my kids text me all the time. Fire and explosions and thumbs up. All right, let's get back. Let's get back to drawing. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. They blinked out of sight here. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got. Should I do another one like this? Yeah. Yeah, man. Cool thing is, like, when you make your own comic, you could draw whatever you want. If you say, should I do that? The answer is always yes. Or you do what Obi-Wan says. You must do what you feel is right, of course. That was a good Obi-Wan. You would have thought that Alec Guinness was actually here. But nope, that was me. All right, let's do it. Because, like, I really like this comic because they're in this realm where the borders are, like, all like this. Originally, I was going to do splash pages for this whole realm, but then my story got too long and it took up too much of the book. I had more story to tell in this realm than I thought. Tell this story, Balthazar. Man, critic. Oh, be nice to him. See? That character sucks. All right. There's also the must be nice guy. Oh, must be nice. Like, I always get that around Super Bowl. Or not Super Bowl. Bad example. Well, it is an example. It's always that, like, when you go to parties or you mingle with regular people, that they know I'm a cartoonist, but they don't know what that means. You know, must be nice to stay home all day. That guy must be nice. It's the must be nice guy. Like, I haven't set my alarm clock in 4 months. Must be nice. You know, that kind of thing. I haven't left the house in a week. Must be nice. The must be nice guy. He's always around. He could be your enemy. Sometimes your friend. He's definitely envious. Shut up, Balthazar. All right, man. All right, let's see. This is pretty good. I like this. This page is finished. Krenobi, I am Emeralda. Take my hand. Grab. Pull. Blink. Curses. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. All right, let's see. I'm going to save it. Just had a spider. Spider just tried to bite me. He went over here and then fell behind my computer. I saw him. There he is. I'm going to let him live. There's spiders down here because I'm in my art studio is in the basement of the house. But my art studio is the size of the house. Like, the whole floor is, like, real big down here. I got a lot of stuff, a lot of room. But I draw it in this one spot. There it is. Look at that. I want to put yoink, but I'm going to put pool. Yoink. Yoink, blink. Or should I put yoink? Now I'm going to leave it as pull because they got pulled out of there. Grab, pull. See? But I'm going to raise the word. Raise the word, y'all. Raise the word, y'all. Here you go, right there. I hope Vivi's keeping up. My daughter will probably be home soon and hear me talking to myself. Or she'll say, oh, he's just doing a live show. I got one speck of dust. I got it. Look at that. Oh, I like that. All right, let's see. Well, I see something I need to fill. There it is. Oh, this looks good. I'm happy with the way this looks. this. See, I'm going to press save. I saved it. Now I'm going to export it. And I know that I have Manga Studio Debut, it's called. Manga Studio Debut. So this is the very first one I ever made. And when I found out about it, I bought it because Mike Norton was drawing on it. And he told me, you're going to save a lot of time if you get that program. You're going to learn how to use it and you're never going to look back. That's what he said. And then he showed me how to do it. I worked on it and I learned it in about 40 minutes. I did my first piece. And then he said, 40 minutes? It took me 3 days. So I learned it pretty quickly. And I want to thank Mike Norton. Mike Norton's a good man. Look at that. This is going to be a cool, it's going to be a cool this panel. See, it's all one panel. And this is real fun. Like, look how they're in this realm. And she says to him, welcome to the orb. You are safe here in the Emerald Chamber. Chambers? How many? 4 chambers. And this is the light. The Emerald Chamber is the light? Yes. There is infinite space in the orb. Reality can't seem real far away. That's it. Then I'll read the next page when I get to it. But these 2 pages combined are real fun. I dig it, man. I dig it. I bend reality in this story. You guys don't even know. You don't even know what's about to come your way. It's like, man, I didn't even expect that. Wasn't expecting at all. Or maybe this chamber, because he say chambers. So I'm going to take that S away because she says, you are safe here in the Emerald Chamber. He should say, chamber. And then he should say, are there other chambers? And she says 4 chambers. But maybe she should just say 4. You are safe in the Emerald Chamber. Chamber? Yeah. See, it's just odd the way because he's assuming there's more chambers. But how would he know this? He's never been here. See? Editing. Editing as you read this, as it's being produced, as I'm creating this comic. Chamber. But he should say like, I want her to tell him that there's more than one chamber. There it is. So he says, chamber. Are there others? How many are there others? She should say yes, there are 4 chambers. Right? That's more accurate. She should say yes. Yes, 4 chambers. Are there others? Are there other chambers? Yeah, he knows because he was just in the evil one. He was just in the evil chamber. Now he's in the Emerald Chamber. How many other? That's what he could say. How many other? And then ... See? Because he was just in the other one, so he would know. Yeah, that's great, Baltazar. That's a great moment of your show, yeah. Hey guys, did you see that part when like he was writing? Yeah, that was exciting. He was writing a story and he changed words. Yeah, I love when he does that. Then he corrected the letter because he couldn't get the O right. He was drawing a 0. No, it was an O. Are there others? Yeah. Are there other? That's what he's going to say. Are there other? And then he gets cut off. Not like his sentence gets cut off. Whew. Had to clarify that. Hey, that's violent, Baltazar. Oh, let's see. Are there other? See? And he moved his ellipses. Yeah, that was a good part of the show when he moved those ellipses. I didn't even know they were called ellipses. Ellipsis this, Baltazar. All right, let's see. Let's see, move this here. You guys don't know this, but when I draw, this is what it always sounds like. Talk to yourself all the time? Yeah, usually, yeah. Ellipses. What if it's just one ellipse? If it's one dot, is it called an ellipse? Ellipse. Ellipses. Ellipses. All right, let's see. How many others? How many other? How many other or how many others? Are there other? Chamber. Are there others? Yeah, he should say, are there others? Are there others? Yeah. See, because this sounds weird again. How many other? Are there others? Yeah, it's a great moment of the show. See, are there others? See, that would be the way to say it. Right? Why are you drawing it up there, Baltazar? I don't know. I'm going to move it down. Because I had a line there to start. Are there others? Then he needs an S. See? Pretty good with dialogue, I think. I think I'm pretty good with dialogue. So it's like, if you put too much dialogue over explaining, then it gets boring. So you got to do it in a way where makes sense. Makes sense. Hey, that makes sense. And this is a little bit large right here, so I'm going to take that down a notch. Now I'm going to move this. Are there others? Chamber. Chamber? Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, great show. Yeah, remember that part when he stopped talking? That was a good show. Here we go. Look at that. Are there others? You are here. You are safe here in the Emerald Chamber. Chamber? Are there others? Yes. There you go. See, that's more fluid. She says yes. She said yes. Yes. And she says 4 chambers. Even before he asked. You're like, I hope he shows the 4 chambers. Don't worry, I do. You will see them. But I establish in here that there's 4 chambers. Will we see an adventure in all these chambers? Don't spoil, Baltazar. Maybe. But one of the characters in here is going to is a crossover character. One of the characters in YAHGZ was in another one of my books. So that's my way of like saying, yes, it's all in the same universe. And the character who appears in one of the chambers is also in my new book. I'm making a Drew and Jot. I'm making a Drew and Jot book that is going to be like the first of like a individual like mini series. I mean, I'm doing Drew and Jot mini series, which it's not connected to the other 2 books, but it's going to be Drew and Jot Adventures. It's called Drew and Jot Comics, and I'm working on that right now too. I'm working on a lot of stuff, but that's eventually going to be in my, my self-published ones that I publish for my website. And I just got to get back to that. Like, I wanted to do it monthly. I did pretty good last year, and for 2003 and 2004, I did pretty good with the monthly thing. Like, besides me publishing and then books that were coming out that other companies published, like even when my site was delayed, when I couldn't upload for about 10 months, I think it was. But by the time that 10 months came up, I had 13 books ready to go. So I surpassed the monthly comics. I had 13 books, and I had more books throughout 2024. So I just stopped kind of counting and keeping track. I would just release things. But I know I had a lot of books last year. Besides, like Flash Gordon was one of them. And then the Looney Loon Marker Mouse crossover was one, me and Jamie Cosley. So there's a lot of cool books up there. And we had Oh Yeah Comics number 15. Those a lot. We did a lot of stuff. So this year, I'm not slowing down. I'm just going to keep making things. I got a few more deadline stuff to get through. Like this one has a deadline, and comic books for kids. I want to get that out there. And the wrestling book. That's all I really have right now, besides all my other characters. And I got some publishing negotiations that I'm going through right now. So we'll see what happens, man. Like, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff happening 2025. And if you're following me real good, pay attention. Maybe, hopefully, C2E2 will be some cool things happening. I'm trying to get it there. I'm trying to get it, man. Trying to get it. Press save and a swig. Swig. Time to swig. Very good. Very good. Okay, let me see. I'm going to draw this. This is a like a diamond, like an emerald. So it's in the foreground. So I'm going to make it break. I'm going to make it break the panel. So you look at that. Is that cool? Another one right here. Would they be rocks? Should I break this one too? I almost included a character in this universe that was in my Gilbert books, but I decided to go another way. Like the characters, actually I had two. Yeah, there's two characters in here that could have went into my Gilbert universe or into another book. I'm going to tell you. There's a character that's in, the same character that's going to be in this book is also in Grimace Island. There's a character in there that's in this book that's also going to be in Drew and Jot number 1. It's going to be cool, man. This is just fun to do. It's fun to do all this cool stuff. Why don't you make your own universe, Baltazar? Well, I am making my own stuff. A lot of discussions that I have with people lead to other things, which is kind of cool because they also get ideas. Hey man, that's a good idea. And that's what they say to me. And they're like, yeah, let's do it. We could do it. We could do whatever. We could do it, man. Hey, man, better not spoil too much. It's spoilerific. What do you think? Is that enough? Should I add more? More. Let's see. Does that look like a chunk? It's like chunky. Let me see. How about that? Does that look diamondy? It does. Because they wouldn't all be perfect, you know? There'd be pieces floating. Did you guys ever see the cover of YAHGZ Book 3? I'm going to show you the cover of YAHGZ Book 3, but it's going to be the drawing of it. Check this out. You guys will like this. Boom! Look at that. This is the cover of YAHGZ Book 3. The book is already, it's online somewhere. Let's see, how do I make it big? Oh, here. I forgot how my own tools work. Look at that. So these are all like diamonds. Like these are all emeralds floating around. And that's Cranobi right there, holding the 2 sticks. That's Emeralda. And there's the little monkey. The giant green gorilla. Why is he called the giant green gorilla if it's so small, Balthazar? Ah, you will see. But this is pretty cool. This is who I'm drawing here, Emeralda and Cranobi. And this is the realm they're in right now. They're in like, see, it's got like emeralds and rocks floating around. So I got to add all this stuff too when I'm doing here. So good thing I opened. I need a reference. Right now I'm going to read what you guys are saying. I'm going to see what you guys are saying. But first I'm going to do a swig. Swig. Now's the time to swig if you have a swig. Oh. D.B. Agams means D. Brad's a good man, sir. Oh, yeah, he is. That's true. If he bites you, you might get powers. Yeah, radioactive hunter, right? They should do a radioactive hunter. Should have bought Craven Hunter. Should have bit him. And then he would have got hunter powers. Vivi is trying her best. Hey, you got it. You could do it. I have faith in you. It says, are your comics episodic? Yeah, some of them. A lot of my comics are standalone issues. Like a lot of the Oh Yeah comics and Wolf Boy books are all standalone gags and issues and short stories. But a lot of my books are longer. Like Meteorite is kind of like an episodic story. Webster has longer stories, but they're standalone. But they all connect kind of. But YAHGZ is definitely a 3-book saga. It's like 100 pages each book. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. Are you talking to yourself? Yeah, I might be. I'm talking to you guys. But would you rather watch without me talking? But I think I like talking to you guys. I'm talking to you guys. We still got people watching too. That looks awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Scott Lemon. Is your last name Lyman, or Lemon? I like saying Lemon. Scott Lemon. Yeah, that's the cover, man. That's book 3. That's YAHGZ book 3 cover. And I have the whole thing colored too. It's on, but if I can't pull it up in this program, so I don't want to have to launch another thing. But like here's the chamber. They're in it right now. They're in it to win it here. So let's see. Did I make it? Yeah, each piece is glowing, which is kind of cool. But they look like diamonds. See? They look like crystals. So these look weird to me. Oh, they're okay, right? Yeah, they're like big. This one bothers me. This one should be. Nah, it's all right. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it, man. See, I'm going to make these glow in a little bit. I know this is the exciting part too. But yes, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking about myself to myself. But you guys are privy. You guys are listening. So I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to Anthony Latch right now. I'm talking to Matt Rogers. D. Brad should be showing up. D. Brad always shows up and then he gets mad because he didn't catch it live. He's like, oh, I didn't catch you live, man. But I am alive, so it's kind of cool. See, I think I need to add more of these crystal shaped ones. See, like this. So they don't all have to be crystal shaped, but a lot of them are. This is like the crystal gems that like the mermaids will sell you on the beach. You know, when you go and they go, I got crystals, man. You wear one around your neck. Remember that was a thing? Is that still a thing? People do that? People probably do that. Nobody does that, Balthazar. Here, let me see. I have the finished colored piece on my phone, and I'm going to show you it via my phone because it's just a quicker reference. I can find it faster. There it is. You see what I did? Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Look, I'm going to hold it up to the camera. You guys see it? YAHGZ, YAHGZ, YAHGZ. I'll show it again later. That gives you incentive to hang out. Let me see. So I have this, but then I do like this. I do like an inner shadow kind of thing like this. Because I drew this cover a while ago. So I actually forgot what I did. And I kept going. Because like when you draw something for the first time, it's kind of cool because you make it up for the first time. But then while later I forget what I did. I forget what I drew before, you know? How did I do this in the past? Like Anthony Latch has a future Anthony. Well, I got a future Artie too. Right now I'm the current Artie. It's all true. I don't like how that looked. Currently I am him. I am in the future. It's all true. We're gonna do like that. Should I put music on? You guys want music? I'm not gonna put music because then music is cool, but every time I play music, even though the music is like StreamYard offers you music to play, but every time I play it, I get copyright strike. It's so weird. It's so weird. And even when I play, Paper Cuts makes trailers, and they made me a YAHGZ trailer. But every time I play it, I get copyright struck or I get silenced. So I don't bother with it anymore. Like I don't need to keep trying to clear it up. I've always got to fight the dispute. I'm like, nah. I'm fighting the power over here, you know? Fight the power. So instead of that, I just don't play it. People have to suffer with me talking. Nobody's suffering, Balthazar. The only one suffering is you. See? Man, this critic is nasty. He doesn't care. "30 Days of YAHGZ." That's the goal, to see if I can finish this in 30 days. I'm on this is page 19. I think I wrote 109 pages. I don't know. I gotta edit the end still because I wrote extra story on the end, and I realized that I didn't need all that story, and I'm gonna edit the end down a little bit because it was just too much. It was like over explaining over explaining things. Know what I mean? Nobody cares. Nobody cares, man. That's right. These are all little gems and emeralds floating around in the emerald realm. The emerald chamber. I call it the chamber. So I figured that'd be cool. That'd be a cool little. I could call them the realms. But I like chamber because you unlock a chamber to go into another one. Because Dark Angrius cannot travel the way Emeralda does. She has the ability to chamber to move free about around the orb. But Dark Angrius does not. I don't know why. It just is. Maybe you don't need a why, you just need a is. You know? That don't make sense, Balthazar. Because the good thing is like over the Christmas break, My wife had the days off, and she was home. She was home for most of it. And the cool part is she read YAHGZ book 1 and 2. I'm like, wow, I was so happy. It was such a glorious day because she saw me. She came downstairs and was watching me. Just asked me something. I forgot what it was, but she saw me drawing this, and I was showing her how cool it looked, and um, she liked it. And she goes, "What is that?" And I said, "This is YAHGZ book 3, and this happens, and this happens." And then she asked me for YAHGZ book 1 and book 2, and I gave them to her, and then she read them. And normally I leave comic books in a certain area. Like if I leave them somewhere, and then I'll find out like the next day they get moved, you know. And I wasn't sure. Like usually, like if I leave books on a kitchen table, or they'll move to the sofa, or they'll move to up the kid's bedroom or something like that. But when I left the books for her, I left them in one spot, and then they were put in the pile of stuff I have to bring downstairs with me. You know, like you always get that pile on the end of the stairs. Here, take these socks up there, man. They don't belong in the kitchen. Or you take your books away or whatever. But I'm like, oh man, they got moved to the spot where I got to take my stuff back down. And then I was unsure if like she read it. And so I left them there in the pile until my wife came home, and I said, "Hey man, did you read my comic, man?" And she went, "Yeah, I read them." So she put them in the spot because she was done reading them. And then I asked her what she liked about it. And she told me. I was like, all right. She didn't just read the back cover, you know? She actually read it, and she had some cool characters, and she liked the characters. But she had questions. And hopefully the questions she have get to be answered in this comic. Whew, that was a long explanation. Never talk about that again, Baltazar. I'm like, but that was pretty fun. So it's like, as artists, cartoonists, we just want people to read our stuff. Like, first of all, we have ideas and stuff in our head that we need to get out there. But it's all comes down to, you want somebody to read your stuff or listen to your stuff or acknowledge it, right? And that's mostly what it is. So I was so happy when she read my comic. She read both of them. She said in one sitting, she just read it. She opened it up and went for it. But my wife, when she reads comics, she takes her time because she likes to enjoy the pictures and stuff. She looks at every panel. So that's what she did. So that was cool. My kids hear this, they're like, "Mom, Dad was so happy." Yeah, it's true. So hopefully this one will not disappoint, and it will answer questions that the first book did not. Know what I mean? We always know what you mean, Baltazar. All right, let's see. I'm drawing diamonds right now. Diamonds and things. Wasn't that a Prince song? Diamonds and things. Yeah. It's not how it goes. All right, sorry, man. Sorry. All right, let's see. What's it look like? What it look like? Let's see. That's pretty good. Is it pretty good? Pretty good. Pretty good. What it look like? Hey, man. What it look like? You guys know that movie? The Last Dragon. We just saw The Last Dragon. I saw it with the boys. We watched it Christmas Eve, maybe. What it look like? We watched Jaws and The Last Dragon. You are the last dragon. It's true. Leroy. Who's the baddest? Sure enough. Who's the ugliest? Sure enough. It's not what he says, Baltazar. Sorry. It's true. It's true. People don't care. Nobody cares. You planning on doing 30 of these shows? 30 Days of YAHGZ, unless I finish earlier. What if I finish 30 Days of YAHGZ in like 10 days? On the 30th day of YAHGZ, Miss Artie gave to me. Shut up! All right, let's see. This is Emeralda. Emeralda's a character I had since I was like 18 or 19 years old. And she's real cool because she's like a spirit, she's like a guide. She guides you until you find what you're looking for. So she's kind of like, if you believe in her, she'll exist. If you don't believe in her, then maybe she doesn't exist, or you'll never get to meet her. But if you believe in her, you get to meet her, and she feels it. There's belief. Know what I mean? Faith, maybe? Maybe it's symbolic of faith. You're getting deep now, Balthazar. A little bit. A lot of this is deeper mythology than I thought it would be. But it's kind of cool. So symbolism, there's symbolic things, and there's I don't know. I don't want to say. I want you guys to interpret what you think all this stuff means. But I wrote the YAHGZ book when I was like 18, 19, 20, when I was throughout college. I had this story that I just kept adding to it because it was at that time where I was trying to get a portfolio reviews and trying to get jobs with the big guys, Marvel, DC, and all that. And everyone told me that I sucked. I said, this guy can't draw. You're too cartoony. So that's what this came from. And I was thinking of these characters all that time. And when I was told to draw my own book, these are the characters that I had in my head already and in my sketchbook, and little stories and little characters like Emeralda and Cranobi and all this stuff. So I adapted them from my sketchbook to comics, and that was the first comic I ever made, and it helped me to create comic books. So up until that, before that, I never really made comics like traditional. I always made like strips, like almost like comic strips more than I did comic books. But when I was in high school, I drew a whole bunch of superhero books, which is now Powers in Action. On my website, if you guys are interested, I have the first 4 issues up on my website. I'm going to be making more of those too. So hopefully I get to start that this year as well. But that's where all this comes from, man. It's when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, all that early years. I created a character in here, called Cray-Mees. And his name is Cray-Mees because he was the one based off of me. See, Cray-Me. And in the story, when I originally did it, he got whacked in the eye because in my life I got whacked in the eye, and I was afraid that I was going to lose my eye because a shard of cardboard, all it was cardboard, penetrated and scratched my cornea. That's all it was. And it was so painful. And even the doctor said, we don't know until you got to add these drops and all this stuff. But my eyesight recovered pretty much, but it twisted the shape of my eye. So henceforth, I need to wear glasses now because of that incident. Because my eye was always weaker than the other one, my right eye. But when I did that, I created Cray-Mees was the guy who reflected me. Like I was writing, they always say write what you know, but I was writing what was happening to me. So it was kind of cool. So it wasn't like he was a character going through stuff. So when I would make the character go through stuff, I added stuff that stuff was happening to me. It wasn't like it's not like therapeutic or anything like that. It was just stuff like, oh, that'd be a good idea to have the character get whacked in the eye. So I also have it in this book. You see in book 2, he explains where he got the scar. It's kind of cool. And in this next book, you're going to see more of that, those creatures. Spoiler. So you're going to spoil everything probably by episode 20. You're really planning on that? Yeah, maybe, right? Let's see. Looks. Should I make him glowing too? No, he wouldn't glow. He's not glowing. I'm going to end this right here. He doesn't have powers yet. She's making him. She's glowing now. This character is real cool. I'm going to save. I'm going to swig. Oh, what happened? All right, I saved it. I'm going to save. I'm going to swig. And I'm going to read some of your comments. That was delicious. Because I know I'm saying a lot of things. Dr. Ben says, that's how they get you. Fake copyright strikes. Yeah. I go through all of those, and they always release or remove the copyright strikes, but it always takes a while, and I got to write. I just don't like doing that. And so, but in the meantime, they silence my video, so I don't want them to silence. People need to hear what I'm saying. Yeah, Vivi says, that's sweet. Yeah, see? Vivi says, I am an animator, an illustrator, and I can relate to all that as well. Love to hear your family supports you. Oh, yeah, you got it. Vivi. I like Vivi. Vivi's awesome. Show enough. Yeah, who's the master? Show enough. Who's the baddest? Show enough. I saw a guy at one of these shows. I think it was San Diego. The guy, I said that to him. Show enough. He walked up to me, stared me in the face in total character. And man, I felt scared. And he said a bunch of stuff, threatened my life. And then he walked away and was in character. And he turned around and winked at me after, like, whoa, man, that was rough. But he did it good. But he was show enough, but he had the arms. He was built too. He was like, show enough was a thin man. But this guy who was yelling at me, man, he looked like a football player. He's a big guy. But that was the best cosplay I ever saw of Show Enough. He looked just like him. Kind of sounds like a Holy Spirit. Yeah, it is. She's very spirit. There's a lot of religious symbolism. There's a lot of faith. There's a lot of there's magic. There's all kinds of stuff. So I don't rewrite history, but there's a lot of symbolic things. Kind of like how you could find a lot of symbolic things in Superman. Like you could relate them to Moses or Jesus, whatever you have to do. But that's what this kind of is. Some of the stuff in here. Some of the stuff is like religious beliefs. Like I think is kind of cool. But everything has some kind of mythical, legendary kind of thing. But there's a lot of things, especially this book. There's going to be a lot of symbolism. And hopefully I won't get yelled at. But if I do, that's fine. That means people are reading the book. Because if you don't get any reviews, man, I'm like, come on. You guys aren't reading any of it? But if I get some reviews, that would be kind of cool. But this is a story I just had with me forever, man. And even when YAHGZ book 1 came out, it was real cool that people were reading it. And like in my head, I'm like, oh, wait till you see what's coming, YAHGZ book 1 is real. It establishes the world, and it kind of like has a lot of lore. That's what one of the reviews says. It feels like there's a lot of lore, which is true. It was a book that had like established the world and the lore and the stories. And somebody wrote, I remember one of the reviews says, nothing actually happens in the book. And I'm like, because it's a book about the characters are packing to go home, and while they're packing, Kranobi's telling them stories about what he did when he was young. So that's the book you're reading is books about his stories, and I didn't want to start with those stories because I had so many stories to tell where I thought it would be cooler if I had a character telling us the stories rather than going through each story. Because if I tell the stories, then each story only has to be like 4 pages, 5 pages till you get to the next story. And that's kind of what it was. And so YAHGZ book one is in the current YAHGZ time, but it's kind of like a prequel, even though it's not a prequel, you know? So I kind of wanted that feeling. It's kind of like if you watch Star Wars in order, the prequels feel like the story. But if you watch them after the true Star Wars, the real, well, they're all real, but the original Star Wars, it's going to feel like a prequel. Like, here's what happened to Vader when he was young. But that's kind of like what I wanted to do, that type of storytelling. But instead of having a prequel, it's it's actually him telling you stories instead. I thought that was cool. Yeah, and then YAHGZ book one leads it right into YAHGZ book two with the last panel of YAHGZ book one. Goes right into it. YAHGZ Kranobi Tales, and then it goes into YAHGZ the Gouache War. So there's no time between books. And same with this one. There's a time jump between this book and the last book, but Kranobi is the same. Like you read the next panel. Like this book takes place after the last panel of YAHGZ. YAHGZ the Gouache War, and then YAHGZ the Mystic Orb. So I have a few characters in here that I wrote in a way where I could continue them in other adventures, but I don't know if there'll be a YAHGZ book 4, but some of the characters will be in other books. And one of the characters I'm thinking about giving him his own miniseries, like a 3-issue miniseries, because there's a character in the Meteorite comic book that is a Cray, and he's in there with a wee Kiwi character. In the Meteorite book, they are part of the Crystal Corps, which is the space police. They're a little bit like the Hal Jordan guys, Green Lanterns. They're a little bit like those guys, but they all get their powers from the Crystal Corps. The Crystal Corps in my universe is an entity, space magic, that selects one species from every planet. So if you for instance, on Earth, it selected meteorite. It selected a little bug, and the Crystal Corps members don't like that. They're like, well, why would the Corps select a little mite, a little bitty bug, to represent Earth? And Meteorite says, because I was worthy, you know. So it doesn't really necessarily pick, like you would assume it would pick a human, but it didn't. It picked the mite. So that's kind of cool. And the Meteorite book is this is that question: is it episodic? A little bit, because the books are continued, but the Crystal Corps didn't think he was worthy until he proved he was worthy, and now he's a member. But it's kind of cool, man. And so in the Crystal Corps, there's a character, a Cray character, but he's not in YAHGZ, but he's from this planet, from this world. He's from Cray world. So, but I decided originally I was just gonna have Cray and that wee Kiwi character just be part of a Meteorite, but they were going to be different guys. But now I'm thinking of making it the actual wee Kiwi, and maybe even Creamies. But the only thing, I didn't put a scar on him, so I think he's a different guy. I'm not sure. I could always say that the Crystal Core healed his wounds. I could do that too. But I'm thinking about making the guy, making him Creamies. But that'd be kind of fun. But he looks different to me. Like, he doesn't look like Creamies. But it's definitely the same wee Kiwi. I just decided that I decided that a little while ago. Look at this. They're floating. I think I got them all. All right, now I'm going to add these things. Just so there's, in the distance, there's little. Is that cool? You guys like when I say stuff? Am I saying good stuff? But yeah, I just like making stories, man. I can't wait to get back to it because this next few months I'm going to free up my deadlines and all that stuff. So I'll be able to concentrate on my own comics for a while. And I really don't want to get more stuff. Well, I might have to, but I mean, I'm looking forward to it. That's what I should say. I'm looking forward to doing things that are only my characters. So this YAHGZ book, I could just draw it all day long and talk like this, say stuff while I draw because it's easy to do, and like I don't lose track of time because or I do lose track of time because I just keep drawing. But like when I'm working on a deadline thing, I always think to myself, hey self, I got to draw at least 4 pages of this to stay ahead of the deadline. But with this YAHGZ thing, I just keep going until I take a break when I'm hungry or go back to bed or sleep when I'm tired. But with this, I could keep going. Like this is already, I think the second or third page I did today. Something like that. No mean? Shut up, Baltazar. I know. Let's see. Look at that. I'm going to read it again. Welcome to the orb. You are safe here. You are safe here in the Emerald Chamber. Chamber? Are there others? Yes, 4 chambers. And this is the light. The Emerald Chamber is the light? Yes. There is infinite space in the orb. Reality can seem real far away. It could. It could be. Could be very far away. I'm going to press save. And I'm going to swig. And I'm going to read some of your comments. Oh, yeah. Let's see. He says, show enough. Kind of sounds like Holy Spirit. Yeah, we did that. Yeah. Scott Limon says, what does YAHGZ mean? It actually it means it's a spoof off of Oz, the Wizard of Oz, because I have a character in my Cranobi's best friend. His name is Weezard. He's Weezard, and he is a wizard type, but his name is Weezard. They call him Weez, and I have a friend whose name's Weasel, and you see in the book there's a guy named Kraysky, who I have a friend named Raysky. Raimundo Cisneros, his name is Raysky. I always call him Raysky, and Eddie is Weasel. So it's Kraysky and Wheeze. They're in my book. So when they, in the original series, when they first met Weezard, he was in the land of YAHGZ. So I could call him the Weezard of YAHGZ. And that's where YAHGZ came from. And so the land is called YAHGZ. And my original series was called The Crybaby Adventures. But I didn't want to call it the Crybaby Adventures because people were confused what that meant. They always said, so they're crybabies? Like, no, not cry. They're cray. Like, what's cray mean? And like, like crayon. They're like, all my characters are based off of art supplies. I got cray babies and gouache monsters. So, but that back then everyone would call them crybabies or baby. Why are they babies? Are they infants? I'm like, no. But back then, when I created the Crybabies, it was in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. So everyone at that time was saying, baby, like Elvis. What's happening, baby? What's up, baby? Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. And this was before Austin Powers, too. But the Chicago radio would say, let's go, baby. Yeah, baby. And so I would just say, Cray, baby. And that's where it stuck. So when I pitched this book to Paper Cuts, I didn't want to call it Crybaby because I don't want to go through that again. Like, it's real hard. So I just called it YAHGZ, the Cranobi Tales. So, and even my publisher says, yeah, because no one would be confused what YAHGZ means. So, but that's what it is. YAHGZ is the land. They're in the land of YAHGZ. So that's the name of the world. the land where they're fighting. It's Cray World, and an island in Cray World is called YAHGZ. So that's kind of cool. That's where it comes from, man. And like enjoying your stories. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Vivi. You're awesome. Troy. Donna Gar is here. I only like the good stuff you say. The crummy stuff, not so much. I know. Do I say crummy things? I try to do a positive spin on everything. I try to, man. I try to. I hope everything I tell you is good. All right, let's see. I'm going to draw some more of these background floating specks of rocks, emeralds, and things. What's a different color? Look at that. I switched it up, man. Switched it up. I could just cut and paste things, but this is kind of cool to draw them individual. They're getting rushed. Look at those two look like they got rushed. Racing. He erased it because his scribble wasn't perfect. I know, that's true. They're kind of random. I could just take them from this cover here and just cut and paste them. Let's see. Should I do that? Emeralds. There it is. Now I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to delete it. Boom. Not delete it. Just close it. All right. Troy just said, what was that? I want to see. I know there's an easier way to do this. I could allow the computer to do the textures, but I'm going to draw it instead. More bang for your buck. Is that what it is? Swig. I got these. See, if you look at my cup, see my cup, the cup is more famous to me, the Swig cup. I got this new straw. I got a series of straws for Christmas. My wife got me stainless steel straws because the straw that goes with that mug was turning colors. So she she got me a new straw. So I now have better straws. I have 4 new stainless steel straws that will keep me healthy, and they won't interfere with my drinking pleasure, my swigging. Nobody cares about your straw, Baltazar. I know Troy does, though. Troy likes straws. I don't know if Anthony Latch is here still. People are here, man, because I got a viewer counter. People are looking at me. And if you like this show, there will be more of this kind of show in the days to come. I'm going to do a show number 200, episode 200. I'm going to do with my special guest, Comic Books for Kids, Mark Weiss and Michelle Weiss. We call her Mish. We got a character based off of her called Mish, and she's in the comic. So we're going to be donating 3,000 copies of these books to kids' hospitals. But the thing, too, is I will have some copies to sell. And proceed, of course, will go to a portion, I should say. That's the right word to say, proportion. A portion will go to kids' hospitals or go to the charity. So I'll take them out to dinner or something. But a portion will go to back to charity. But I will have them for sale on my website as soon as I get them. And we're going to donate them to kids. So if you're not a sick kid in a hospital, you could get the book. So they're going to be $5 like all my other books. But it's going to be fun, man. And half of the book is brand new material. I got like 12 pages of new stuff and 8 pages of classic comics. So it's Anti-Gravity Bear and Artie Bee is in there. And Mish, she's an alien who gives books to kids. So it's fun. And it's it's written. It's for kids, but it's for all ages, you know. But it's not. It's not like sweet or preachy or anything. It's my classic style, my cartooning style, and I'm going to be making more in the future. I want to do this about 2 or 3 times a year. It's going to happen. So that's fun, and hopefully we get to have some books. We will have books before by C2E2, so I'll have them at my table. It's true. It's all true, man. I'm telling you guys the truth. There we go. Look at that. How's it look? I'm going to go back here. I'm going to make them here. They're in space. Actually, it's not space. It's an emerald realm. They're flooding with emeralds and gems and things. It's almost like Han Solo in the Millennium Falcon. Millennium. How do you say it? Millennium? I always called it Millennium Falcon when they were in the asteroid field. That's what it's like. See, I kind of like these little squigglies. I'm going to add some more like this. It's kind of cool, just the random squiggles. It's not what gems look like, Baltazar. It's all true. It's all true. Everything I'm telling you guys is true. All right. What's that look? How's that look? What's that look? How's that look? Welcome to the orb. Yeah, this is cool. I dig it. I'm digging it fresh. Digging it fresh, yo. All right. Wow, show's already been 2 hours. The orb. You are safe here. Yeah, this looks good. Should I do more? I'm going to do an extra one right here. I'm going to draw another thing. Thing ring, do your thing. Maybe another one right here. A few more crystals. Yeah, like that. Yeah. About like that. Yeah, add a few more. Trey's like, how did he do that? But also, me and Jamie Cosley are planning on doing some more shows together. I'd like to do more this year. More. Because I have so much fun doing this. If you guys like to, everything I'm talking about, I have links in the video. So if you want to buy shirts are cool. And I have comics for sale. Meteor Mike comics for sale, the one I'm just telling you about. I got YAHGZ book 1 and 2 for sale. I got YAHGZ book 1, the Cranobi Tales, with the award sticker on it. The award people gave me like 50 stickers to put on my books. So I'm like, cool. So I've been putting them on my book. So there's a choice. You could get a book with the sticker or without the sticker. But I think for Cranobi Tales, I only have soft covers. But for book 2, the Gouache War, I only have hardcovers. So it's different. It's okay. I like the hardcover books because like that's what you strive to get when you're an author, a cartoonist, whatever. And it's cool to have that hardcover book because kids can't beat it up as much. It's just cool. Feels good. All of that stuff. Everything I'm telling you is true. It's not true, Baltazar. It is. It's true. Very true. A lot of things are glowing in my universe here. But I'm writing Captain Camel and the Space Chicken. But it's called Captain Camel and the Cosmic Crusaders. And that book takes place also in the YAHGZ universe. And the gouache monsters are in it as bad guys. A group of gouache monsters who were on a lone asteroid, a rogue asteroid, if you will. They're out in space, and they were not affected by what happens in YAHGZ Gouache War, Book 2. They were not affected. They didn't know about that. So Captain Camel's going to be a good book, too. It's going to be cool. And that's an all-new series. I got all these things written. So I got them all sketched out in my sketchbook. It just requires me to get them on the digital page and print it. It's easy. I just got to do those two things. Know what I mean? No mean, man. Hey, no mean. So look at this. The next page is going to be cool because she says, reality can seem real far away. Watch this. I'm going to find it. Where is it? There it is. Reality can be really far away or really close. See, their faces are real close, real big. So this is going to be fun to draw. And she says, or real close, or anywhere in between. And he says, oh, can you tell me more about these chambers? See, he's interested. He's like, he just wants to figure out how to get out of this. How do you get out of this mystic orb? Why am I here? He's learning things as we learn, as the reader. And that's cool with a story, too, is like when the main character is learning as the reader's learning. So I like that. I like that kind of storytelling. Like if you already know it and the character doesn't, then it's not as surprising. Like, I am your father. Like, what? But if you already know that, so if you watch those Star Wars things in order, 1 through 9 or whatever, there's no surprises. But if you watch them in original release order, there's going to be all kinds of surprises. Like, what? Your dad is Darth Vader? Dude, you know? But if you already know it's his dad, then you're like, nah, all right. It's not a surprise, see? So that's why it's good to learn things as the character is learning, and it's better for the reader. It feels like your story. Like, yeah, that's my story. Like, that's not my Star Wars. But it is. It was. Where people say stuff like that. Know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? No, man. Who says that? No, man. No, man. So I like it. I'm drawing the border right now because the border is real. It's not a straight line. The border is all like squiggly, chaotic in a way. No, man. Yeah. Yeah, this is cool. And I can't wait to get this finished, but I'm having fun making it right now. I wanted to get it done before January 1st, but it's been tough. I had to do other stuff. I get pulled away from the house too when I gotta, it's not a bad thing. Family things, picking up people, driving around. I enjoyed that stuff though. I'm looking forward to driving on the road again. I think it's happening 15th or something. I don't know. On the road again. All right, let's see. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to take a swig, and I'm going to read some comments. Read some comments. See what you guys are saying. Troy Donagaro says, nah, man, you're full of goodness, brother. That's what he said. I'm full of goodness. the wholesomeness. Thank you. You are awesome too. Yeah. Phoebe's awesome. Look at this. New person. The seat Meselinihita. I like that close-up panel. Thank you, Sitsmayida. I like that. I like your drawing. It's pretty cool. Troy Donagara says, what is this Star Wars you speak of? I never heard of it. It is a Clone Wars from the darkest times before the Empire. Before the dark side. The dark side. Rest. Rest I need. All right, let's see what we got. All right. I'm going to switch my pen size. Look, I'm going to do a 5. What's 5 look like? Oh, look at that. Should be thicker. I'm going to go with 7. I'm going to do a 7. See what 7 looks like. Oh, yeah, look at that. That looks good, right? Now I'm going to do a 7 for this guy. Whew. Oh, yeah, man. Look at that. Maybe a 5 for his mouth. A little thinner. There you go. Let's see. He's got a little beard. Kenobi has a goatee. Yeah, this looks cool. I dig it. I like it. I like it. Look good. Look at it. It's good. It's good. I like it. I like it. I'm going to do this in different color so I can see it. See, look, when you draw big, you have to draw thicker too. Look at that. That works. It's too thin, Baltazar. You'll see. I'm going to do something to it. Man, I'm craving Pepe's tacos right now. But not just tacos, but they have to be Pepe's tacos. It's a Chicago place. Look at that. Look at those eyes. Those are Cray's eyes. Like a Cray's eyes. Black outline, like a Cray's eyes. They bite you. They look artificial. What's he say? They don't look real until they bite you. We just watched Jaws. Just watched Jaws on Christmas Eve. Look at those eyes. Look at that. Oh, yeah, man. Is that cool? Does that look good? Oh, yeah, man. Look at those eyes. Cray eyes. Yeah, it looks good. Look at those eyes looking at each other. She says, oh, real close. Real close. That's real close. Real close. I used to say it all the time. So I talk. I say stuff was real. Oh, what happened? How the heck? Oh, I see. See what I did? Is this a good live stream? Is this an award-winning live stream? No one's winning awards for live stream. Do they give out live stream awards? Is there a thing yet? I don't know. I know people get those YouTube trophies with the button on it, with the play button. But you got to get like 10,000 people or something. if you're watching this, this is the YouTube thing. If you're watching this, you could hit subscribe. So I think we have just over 1,000 subscribers, which is kind of cool. You get notified and stuff. You just got to do all that. You got to click for notifications and like and subscribe. You're watching the All Yeah Comics YouTube channel. In my show, Famous Cartoonist Says Things. I draw things, I say things. I put up shorts. I just put up a short of Gordy's t-shirt, Chef Gordy t-shirt, which is kind of cool. Chef Gordy, dreams are made. Where all your dreams come true with Chef Gordy. I'm going to give him some scars. You got some scars, scar tissue. He was in a fight, this guy. So I would draw his eyebrow. Crazy's got those eyebrows. He did that without even penciling. Did you see that? I saw it too, man. That guy's crazy. Does the sound go weird? I got a ringing in my ears. Just went like that. Okay, now it's going away. Let's see. This right here. See, I crossed it. Crossed the line. You bent the shaft. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's cool. You guys didn't know I could draw big too, right? Look at that. That's cool. This might be the largest close-up panel that I've ever drew in comics. There's going to be one page in this book that is going to be all text, and there's a guy on the bottom talking, but he fills up the whole page with text, and it's kind of funny. He explains what you can do with a bucket. It's true. Why would you do that, Baltazar? It happens. I would never lie to you guys. How about that? It's a little better. All right. There it is. Look at that. Oh, this is cool. I dig it. Save. I'm going to save. Oh, it's still saving. That's because it's a real close drawing. And I'm going to export it to a page ready to be colored. Page 20. Emeralda's talking to him. She doesn't even have a mouth. A lot of my characters don't have mouths. Most of them don't have noses. Page 28. Oh, here's the chambers. Oh, I got a letter of the pages still. Let's see, did I do page? I think I added this later because it's not in order sequence. There's page 21. See, 21 has lettering. Okay, let's see what this one says. Oh, I think I had to rewrite this. Welcome to the light. And he says, I think he says, I like it here. You've already, welcome to the light, the Emerald Chamber. I like it here. And she says, you've already seen the dark. Angriest, yep. The others are the warm, the volcanic chamber. Look at, there's the character. You probably saw her. You're going to see her again. And it says, and the cool, the Arctic chamber. Look at, there's a new guy. Right there's a brand new guy. But he looks like the same character from Flash Gordon, but it's not him. They look similar. It says both can be pleasant, but the temperatures may vary. Haha. It's funny, right? It's not funny, Baltazar. All right. Yep, I could letter. I'm going to start lettering. This is going to be the exciting part of the show. But I'm going to see what you guys are saying. Brought up a new page. Now I'm going to swig. Swig for you. I was just going to say I'll go 2.5 hours, but this is 2.5 hours now. Let's see. Oh, you guys are saying stuff. Vivi says, do you think more people from the New England area become comic artists? Do you think more people? I really hope that comics continue to stay popular. I don't know. I've encountered people from everywhere. There's lots of guys. I'm from Chicago, but there's lots of people in Chicago because when we have any kind of event or art event or a gallery or signing, a whole bunch of Chicago artists show up. So I know a lot of them here, but there is a lot in New York. When we do our signings at our stores in New York, there's a lot of people show up. So, but I do shows everywhere in the whole country. And I see artists from everywhere. There's a lot of California artists, a lot on the West Coast, East Coast, Mid Coast, in the middle of the country. So they're everywhere. So yeah, comics will stay popular as long as people still make them. But the popularity of comics is shifting to lots of indie guys, like self-publishers and stuff. So, but it's cool. Like if you make comics, people just need to know where to find your comic, and then you could be successful. That's all it is. They do have live stream award. Oh, they do. I'm sure they do. I just don't know. I assume they do. They have awards for everything, a lot of things. I really like your art style, especially the way you draw your arms and legs. Oh, thanks, man. There's yeah, my arms and legs are they call that spaghetti arms, because the original Mickey Mouse would have arms like that. They would just be wiries, or they call them spaghetti, or they call them hose arms. But I like to call them spaghetti arms because they're just bendy. There's no elbows. You know, when your character has an elbow, like a pointy elbow, they could do it, but it's a little different feel than if the character is just wobbly. But I like it. Different characters look different ways. It's cool. Thank you. Vivi, I agree. It reminds me of the style of the Bones comic. Yeah, like Bone, Jeff Smith Bone. Yeah, I got compared to Bone a lot of times, but it's nowhere like he. I think we grew up with the same influences. But yeah, when my comic book, The Crybaby Adventures #1, when it was finally shipped to comic shops, and I went to the comic shop to see it, Bone #1 was on the shelf too. And I'm like, whoa, what's this? And right away I thought, oh man, another characters. They look similar, but it's not the same. I bought Bone #1 and it wasn't the same. So it's kind of cool. But I get compared to Bone, and then I can compare it to early on the Smurfs, and what was another one? The Quarks, or that the underwater guys that look like Smurfs. I got compared to that, but it's not any of that. Like if you read my stories, they're not like those at all. So, but that's okay. Like if my characters were like blue, they would be Smurfy. But if I made them all originally they were all the colors like crayons. They were all different colors. But when I published my book, it was in black and white, and then I didn't think about what color they were anymore, and they were just white on white paper with black outline. So that's what all my characters became. And when I went to color them, I didn't know what color they should be. So I left the crays and the gouaches white, like they're supposed to be, like they were originally. So that's why most of my characters are white. Yeah, because they never had color. So it's kind of cool. A little bit of inside comics right there. D. Brad. I guess I'm better late than never. No, man, you're good. Yeah. You could rewind too. Yeah. YAHGZ. So I love Bone. Yeah, Bone's cool. and I became friends with Jeff Smith over the years, so it's kind of cool. I text him now and then, and he gave me a quote for YAHGZ Book 1, which is cool. He said, YAHGZ is like a bag of potato chips. Once you start reading, you just can't stop. That's what he said. So he's a good man. Same. Phoebe said, what's happening? D. Brad, I am drawing YAHGZ Book 3. This is the first show called 30 Days of YAHGZ because I wanted to wait till I finished episode 200, but it's taken longer than I want. So I had the urge to go live today. So it's like, man, I was drawing my YAHGZ Book 3 book. I'm going to open this soda, pour it in here. Oh yeah, you like that? It's a good sound effect. Listen. Oh yeah, man. So I was drawing YAHGZ Book 3. I drew like 1.5 pages. And then I started watching internet. I just, seems like I watch YouTube a lot. So I'm just going through YouTube and I'm like, man, I want to go live. And I didn't go live for the last few months because I had a lot of deadlines, Flash Gordon and Cat in the Hat Book 2 and other things like Free Comic Book Day stuff. And I just had to get all the stuff done. But now it's all done. And I wanted to go live, but I was waiting for episode 200 for my guest. Comic Books for Kids are going to be on there with me. And I'm like, so that's why I just went 30 Days of YAHGZ because I want to draw this whole book live on air. But I already did the first 18 pages. So this is page 20A, but this is actually 21. I got to renumber it. So that's what I'm doing. Drawing 30 Days of YAHGZ, starting with page 20 and 21. Sweet. Oh, that was good. That was good stuff. And now I'm craving tacos and McRibs and stuff like that. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Thanks for live streaming tonight. Gotta catch some Z's. Oh, yeah, man. YAHGZ. Good night, Danny. Thanks for joining. It's been cool, man. It's been cool. The original Mickey Mouse is the best Mickey Mouse to me. Yeah, he's good. Steamboat Willie. And if you're interested in how I draw Steamboat Willie, I have a book on my website called Oh Yeah Comics Super Special. And it features the public domain Steamboat Willie character joining my Oh Yeah Comics universe. So, not Mickey joins Action Cat and Adventure Bug on a little adventure, and now Steamboat Willie character is part of my universe. And I don't call him Mickey. I don't call him Steamboat Willie. I just call him Willie. That's his name. So he's going to be in there. Or he is in my universe. Any plans for the latest public domain characters? Yeah, I'm going to do something like, I know Popeye. Popeye's the only one I'm interested, but Popeye's so unique that he doesn't always fit like in different things. But he will. But I don't know if you can use olive oil. I have to research him. I don't know if olive oil is public domain. I think it's just Popeye. But I don't think you could call him Popeye because Popeye is a trademark name. So it's tricky. So he'll probably show up in one of my stories. But the other guy who's available is Horace Horsecollar, part of Mickey Mouse universe. So he's a Disney guy. So he'll be showing up too. And whenever I bring Mickey back, Mickey will be in another one of my comic strips, my stories. But I don't think I'm going to do another book. I'm just going to keep him in his one solo book. I might do another one of those books for Donald Duck or Goofy, but we'll see. I might do a Mickey Jam book, or if I wait 2 years, I could wait for Goofy, and I think Donald's a year after that. So, but yeah, they'll be coming. I'm gonna put Popeye in something. They'll just put him right in the book. But I got plans for the big guy in 2034. Superman's gonna be public domain. So I've already started making that, and I'm halfway through the book. But I don't want to show anything until then. But the thing about public domain characters is you got to wait until they're public domain. But I'm going to probably have the book ready. I'm going to have it ready to go. I already made the cover and the first 3 pages are finished, but I don't want to show it. And I got another 9 years. So to make a 20-page comic book, all I got to do is 2 pages a year, and I'll make the deadline. So that's what I'm doing with Superman right now. It's really cool. I don't want to say what the plans are because I don't want anyone else to do what I'm doing. It's gonna be cool. Oh, that's so kind of him. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. I saw it. I really want to buy it. Yeah, man, it's on my site. I got anything you like. I got comics. I got T-shirts. I got music. I got a Patreon. You could join all those things. Yeah, yeah. Popeye before spinach. Yeah, you got to be careful because he's not the Popeye you know. He's the first appearance of Popeye, and I think he has hairy arms too. He looks more like a goon. He doesn't have the big jaw. He looks a little different, so you got to be careful. And he has to match. It looks like you're drawing that one, but it'll be cool. I don't have a lot of human cartoony characters, so I don't know. Maybe he'll join my superhero team. I don't know. Something will happen. John, James, John James, James Michael Hammond. The public domain version of Mickey also doesn't look like the popular version. Yeah, he looks weird. He looks thuggy. He looks like a thug. Like his nose is bigger than his jaw or something. So just take a look at him. It's not as exciting as like getting Horace Horsecollar. Like Horace Horsecollar will fit right into my guys. Like with my guys, and I think Goofy is next year, the year after or something. But yeah, Horsecollar looks cool. I know Tintin is available too, but I'm not into Tintin, so I don't really care too much about that one. But he's more like, I think he's more like an Indiana Jones type character where he explores, right? Not sure, but that's okay. I'm gonna get back to drawing this. I'm gonna do some lettering. You guys are gonna get real bored right now. We're gonna go for some lettering. Welcome to the light. She says, "Welcome to the light." It's like you wake up and see. I can see the light. The band, Elwood, and we welcome. Do it all by hand, digitally. That's an oxymoron. Is that what it is? Welcome to the light. I think she's going to say welcome to the light. I don't think I need to say Emerald Realm again, because she already said it twice on the previous page. No mean. No mean. No mean. Welcome to the light. And he says, I like it here. See, this way I can move it over. The light, like Light FM, playing the slow jams that you grew up with. Like Air Supply, Helen Reddy, and the Bee Gees. Shut up, Balthazar! All right, let's see. Well, why would he say I like it here first? He wouldn't. He would not. So she's going to say this first. Then he's going to say I like it here. It's true. He's going to say it. Can make him say anything he wants right now. I like it better here. I like it here. I like it here still. Still good. Oh, no need period. I like it here. I like it here. How about that? He's going to say it. Where does he say it? Right here? I like it a lot. I like it's good. It's good. I got to do a book about Dan DiDio. That'll be good. I actually have a story. He rescues my guy, Louis Flamingo Jr. It's true. Is that good? It looks awkward. So the last panel was, tell me more about the chambers. See, this is the wrong dialogue. I like this. You've already seen the dark. Well, she should say, well, this is the light, which you've already know. Well, I don't think he needs to say I like it here. No, he doesn't need to say this because it's awkward. Boom, deleted, just like that. The story changed. You'll never get to read that in print now. I'm going to say the Emerald Chamber because she's reintroducing the chambers. See, you go back and forth a lot, Balthazar. Yeah, got it. Eisner Award winning, SEPA Award winning, YAHGZ. Must be nice. See, it must be a nice guy. I'm actually looking forward to watching football tomorrow. I've been watching a lot of football. Yeah, right? Emerald. The Emerald Chamber. What do I call the evil chamber? The Dark Chamber? I think I call it the Dark Chamber. I wanted them to symbolize like the elements a little bit, but they're not quite. They're not quite. Like this one's called the Volcanic Chamber. It's like light and dark and hot and cold. That's what it is. But that's everything. It's like weather, because the world of the cray world is getting colder as time passes, and they don't know why. But it is just the balance of good and evil that's changing the atmosphere of the world. That sounds like global warming, Balthazar. A little bit. Maybe similar. But like the world is put in a state of confusion. It doesn't know what to do. Like the core of the earth the core of Cray World is warmer than the rest. But now it used to be so hot in the core of the world where you can't survive down there. But now you can, because now the heat of the core has actually grown cooler. So it's manageable now. You can live down there now. That makes sense? Makes no sense, Balthazar. What are you trying to say? All right, let's see. All right. The part where I don't talk, right? Let's see. It's getting late, man. It's all right. I realize that the East Coast guys are they're almost into tomorrow. They will be into tomorrow pretty soon. So I'll just letter this, and I'll probably should I do a 3-hour show today? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Should I say you've already visited the Dark Chamber or seen the Dark Chamber? You've already seen the Dark Chamber. The others. Instead of him saying, what if he said you already seen the Dark Chamber and just have him growling, "Grr, grr." Yeah, that's better. Because we already know that that's what it is. Don't need to repeat. You've already visited the Dark Chamber. I think visited. She's speaking sarcastically a little bit. or have you already been to the dark chamber? Welcome to the light, the Emerald Chamber. You've already visited. Been to? You have already. You already. I think you already. You've already been to the dark chamber. It's gonna be been to. Visited. I like visited, 'cause that's like sarcastical. You know? 'Cause you could go back if you want. But it wasn't fun. If it hurts, you gotta stop doing it. That's all it is. Usually, people might say, that's why I do it. What? We'll edit that out. It's not staying in. I should put Popeye in it right now, too. There's a lot of rules with these public domain guys. I think Popeye's first appearance was in a comic strip, I think. Where Mickey's first appearance was in a cartoon. So, yeah, Popeye's was in Thimble Theater, I think it was. When Mickey's first appearance was in a cartoon where he did not speak. So, if you make a cartoon with Mickey, he can't talk because the Mickey voice is copyrighted. You know what I mean? So, but Popeye, I don't know if he can't eat spinach and all that stuff. There's certain things. And I don't think he could, I don't think Olivsk is in there. Bluto was originally called Brutus. In the comic strips, he was Brutus. And Popeye or Mickey, you can't have color. He can't be in color, and he can't talk. Well, you can't do the Mickey voice, so it's possible he could talk, but you'd have to sound different. But I'm sure there'll be a Popeye horror movie coming soon. Winnie the Pooh is public domain too. So in my Mickey book, he's Winnie the Pooh is in there too. So I'll probably add Popeye like the way I added Winnie the Pooh. Probably. I'm getting text messages. But I'm gonna wait. You must wait. You must chill, man. All right. I answer them when they're from my wife or kids and stuff. These are just friends. Grr. He's growling. Grr. Oh yeah, man. Lettering. Digital lettering by hand. Hopefully I can finish this in 30 days or less. That's the goal. Because we need to get this printed, shipped into stores by August. I think it'll happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And I know that Monday conversations from my end. My end? Where's that, Baltazar? No, my end. It starts. Conversations start. So hopefully the plans can be announced soon. I gotta see, man. I gotta see when. Let's see what happens. What happens to the future of Famous Cartoonist legacy? The future. The future is a real place in my universe too. It's the future, but then you keep going a little more. It's the future. You guys hear that bell? It's dinging. People are saying things to me, sending me stuff. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I like it. All right. Let's see. All right, he's growling. Grr. Grr. See, that's funnier. You've already visited the dark chamber. Grr. Yeah, let's see. He makes another appearance. Because we know she's talking to Kranobi. He doesn't have to respond. We know it. We could see it. You know? That's cool. The others are the warm volcanic chamber and the cool Arctic chamber. But it says both can be pleasant, but temperatures may vary. I like that. That's a funny gag. It's like a dad joke. Take your dad jokes home, Baltazar. Same for the pod. I'm gonna put that in there so I don't forget the joke. Both can be pleasant. Pleasant. That's how you spell it, right? Pleasant. Is it comma? Yeah. But. Is that but with two T's? No. Temperatures. 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 But temperatures may, like Aunt may vary. V-A-R-Y, not E. I like that. It's funny. It's not even funny. You think it's funny, but it's not. All right, let's see. Boom. Here. A little more balanced. Move some lettering around. Like half their artwork, I mean that when I letter, it becomes part of the artwork versus just being a typeface. It takes a little bit of moving things around. Know what I mean? Sweet. I'm going to save it. I'm going to sweet. I'm going to read what you guys are saying. Says Sitmas, gotta go. Good night. Well, good seeing you. Sitmas Dialia. I'm glad you could join me here today. So is YAHGZ coming out this summer? Yes. It's coming out in August. And last year, every year, the last 2 years, YAHGZ 1 came out in August, and then YAHGZ 2 last August. But last July, we had them for San Diego. So hopefully I'll have YAHGZ 3 for San Diego as well, as planned. Said, so did I understand you plan to stream YAHGZ for 30 nights? Yes. Yes, I do. But not 30 nights in a row, probably. But there'll be 30 shows in a row. That will be YAHGZ, me drawing YAHGZ. Swig for YAHGZ. But we might have to save some for the next show. So I'm going to play this. I'm going to play you something while I move out ahead. Ready? We're going to do YAHGZ. Let me take that down. We're going to do YAHGZ. There's going to be a 30 days of YAHGZ. Will be 30 shows, me drawing the whole book. Hopefully I can finish it in 30 days. That's my goal. But check this out. That's me on the drums. That's my vocals, my my expert bongo playing. I got a little bongo drum. It doesn't do the boom, doesn't do the deep. It's more skin's kind of tight on the drum. But that's me beating some bongos. It's kind of fun. Knowing me. So yeah, man, 30 days. 30 days of YAHGZ. You have just watched the first day of YAHGZ. And I did I started out with page 18. This is page 21. So hopefully I could do some more. I'll probably draw more. I'll probably go take a break, get some food, and come back and draw. Because lately I'm going to bed at 7 a.m. So I don't know what that is, why I do that. I might shut down close to 4 a.m. and lay down, watch TV or something. But anytime I finish early or I go to bed, I lay there for like 3 hours and I can't fall asleep. So I get back up and just draw. But I'll probably do that. Probably do that today. Knowing me. But thank you guys for following me here, for watching. He goes, I'll go back and watch all I missed. Yeah, man. I don't know when I'll be doing it. I'll just do it when it hits. It's gonna be random times. I just go when it, probably if I feel like going every night. But my next show should be my my 200th episode with my guests will be Comic Books for Kids, Mark Weiss and his daughter Michelle Weiss, and we're partnering to do Comic Books for Kids book for charity, and it's actually called Comic Books for Kids #1, and we want to do around 2 to 3 comics a year, and issue 1's going to the printer this month, so I should have it real soon. And it's a 20-page book that we're donating to kids. We're donating like 3,000 copies to kids in hospitals, and I will have them on my website for purchase. If you're not a kid in a hospital, you'll still be able to buy them from me, and a portion will go to Comic Books for Kids charity, and we'll see what we can do. I won't have that many, but I'll have some, and half of the book will be brand new. This first book, it's going to be 12 new pages of story, and then eight pages of classic comics stuff with Anti-Gravity Bear. So I don't know what every issue will feature Anti-Gravity Bear, Artie Bee, and Mish, but there'll be other things in there, and hopefully by issue 2 or 3 I'll be able to do all 20 pages of new, but we'll see what happens. But I figure the kids in hospitals are so young. They're little. They're like in their 6, 7, 8 years old. Some of them are middle school, but a lot of them are young. So they never read my Comics pages anyway. So the books are for them. And so people who follow me a long time might get repeats. They're like, hey, man, only half of this is new, man. But they're for kids. But it's a cool way. Like, there's a lot of first appearances in these books and new characters. I'm going to be adding Artie Bees in there as my new character, and Mish, she's a little alien. So she changes colors like a mood ring, like based on her emotions. So it's going to be fun, man. And if you follow me on Patreon, you'll be able to see some of these new pages. I've been posting some on Patreon. And if you want t-shirts, I got t-shirts for sale. I got new Gordy's t-shirt from his Chef Gordy collection. So it's going to be cool, man. I got a lot of stuff happening this year, and most of it, so far, all of it is my own characters. So I'm working on some things. Negotiations begin on Monday. So got some things happening, man. It's going to be cool. And stay tuned, watch me, and keep track of what I'm doing. You guys are awesome, and I will see you guys on the next adventure. I might have to show you guys something first. I will show you on the next adventure. But first, let's hear it for our wrestler friends, because I'm drawing some wrestling books for these guys. Watch this.
Do you want to be 18 to 33% smarter? Do you want to increase your chances with the opposite sex?
Do you want to impress your friends?
Do you want to impress your mom?
Do you want to impress your mom's friends?
Then you should get Christopher Daniels and Kazarian wrestle Aw Yeah Comics. Written by Christopher Daniels, drawn by the Eisner-winning artists Art Baltazar and Franco, and starring the World Tag Team Champions of the world. Get your copy of Ring of Honor Wrestling right now, autographed by the best tag team in the business.
In the business.
How you doing, Chewbacca?
In the business. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me here today. Let me see, you guys are saying YAHGZ. And it says, Vivi says, see you. Good night. Hey, you guys are awesome. But follow me when you see me. Do all those things. Like YouTube things. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. But I will see you next time. You guys are awesome. Okay, bye-bye.
Art.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah.
Famous cartoonist says things.
Oh yeah,
Famous cartoonist draws things.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Famous cartoonist paints things.